Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Red Devils Rebuild on Football Manager Mobile 19. Today is, as I said in the last video, going to be a free game episode with Spartak Moscow, Reading and Wolves. But first, before we dive into the Moscow game, there is a little bit of news tidbits to go through. Phil Jones has rejected offers from Sevilla and Southampton. He's still on the transfer list, but he has rejected those two deals. Okay, so the team to face Spartak Moscow is David De Gea in goal, back four of Ashley Young, Milito, Lindelof and Delo, Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay in central midfield. Then we have Pereira, Gomez and Greenwood, and in front of them is Marcus Rashford. We made a couple of changes. We brought in Gomez, Pereira and Greenwood to freshen up the attack a bit. Some of the attack midfielders are a bit short of fitness. McTominay and Pereira, who's a bit tired, and then Delo and Young in for Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka at fullback, just to give them a bit of a rest, and Lindelof in for Harry Maguire, who's not had a rest yet since he signed from Leicester, at centre-back. So that is the team for Spartak Moscow today. Third game in the group stages of the Champions League at Old Trafford. Moscow kicking off. Get the ball forward towards Rashford, but the keeper picks it up easily there. Greenwood pressing down on the right. There's a free kick to Moscow in a dangerous position. Well saved. Is it a penalty? Penalty to Spartak Moscow for 5 minutes at Old Trafford. Can De Gea be the hero? And they score. That's the first goal we conceded in a while. After 7 minutes, Spartak Moscow 1-0 up. Ashley Young looks to be in trouble here. He's just given a warning that time. No booking for Ashley Young. But United back on the attack with Delo. Gets it into Greenwood. Free kick to Manchester United. Someone's been booked. It's one of the Spartak Moscow players. I had a poor start to this game. We have made a few changes, but I would have thought we would have been strong enough to win this game at home in the Champions League. Now McTominay is in trouble. He's been shown the yellow card. Been a rocky first 20 minutes at Old Trafford today, but United, Greenwood gets the ball into the box. Delo, McTominay, Pogba nearly scores. Lindelof, McTominay, Delo. Good passing from United. They're keeping possession well. They got a free kick. 8 minutes till half time. Can we nick a goal to get right back into this game just before half time? McTominay of the shot goes well over. But United, Ashley Young, McTominay, and it's in. Rashford 4 minutes before half time equalises. McTominay with the assist, and Rashford runs over to the bench to greet his manager. Well done, Marcus Rashford. 42 minutes played. Rashford with the equaliser. Right on the stroke of half time. That's just what we needed. Whoa, the new boy here. I still can't say his name. Milito he's on a 4 rating at the moment. So he's been, so far he's played really well. He's averaging over 7.27 average rating, but he's on a 4 at the moment, so we're going to have to take him off because he's going to cause a lot of problems and he's got yellow cards. So bring on Eric Bailly for him just to shore up the defence, because he's having an absolute shocker today against Spartak Moscow. But Greenwood gets the ball and can't quite get it there. United in the box there. Pogba, Young, Pereira, Young. Oh, who was that? That was Rashford again. Nearly made it 2. Just knocked it wide of the post. Nearly an hour played in Old Trafford. Is still 1-1. It's been a slow start to this game for United, but he gradually got just back into it just before half time with the goal from Marcus Rashford. Can we keep up our 100% winning record so far in the group stage of the Champions League? Beat Bayern and we beat Galatasaray. It's a corner now to Manchester United after 67 minutes. Rashford take the corner and nothing comes of that one. We've not made any changes yet. There's only 11 minutes to go and there's still 1-1. Definitely get Wilson on for Gomez. We got Marshall on for Gomez, and we're going to bring Callum Wilson on for Rashford as he's struggling for fitness a little bit. And we're going to get Lingard on for Greenwood on middle subs. Okay, so we're going to go to a 4-2-4. Greenwood, Pereira out wide, Wilson, Martial up front to try and nick a goal in these last 10 minutes to make it 3 wins out of 3 in the Champions League. Martial with the corner. Can't get in. Martial picks up again. Oh, and it's in. It's a goal. Callum Wilson scores a little bit on the pitch. Less than 5 minutes and Wilson makes it 2-1. I think that was an assist from Lindelof in the end. He was right up there. Set up Callum Wilson to make it 2-1. Tomley picks it up and he's fouled. It's a free kick in this position. Delo takes the free kick back to Lindelof, back to Delo. Lindelof again, McTominay. McTominay was fouled on the edge of the box. We're into injury time. There's 4 minutes added on at Old Trafford. Do you Manchester United 2-1 out? Goals from Rashford and Wilson. Boy there tracking his man and he gets away, but Lindelof clears the danger. Martial to Callum Wilson, McTominay, Pogba. Oh, that was nearly right in there for Wilson again. Good defending there by Eric Boy. 2-1 win. Callum Wilson with the goal after 4 minutes after he came off the bench. We got away with one there. Again, Delo and Young with 8s. I mean, Ashley Young, he's played 4 games this season. He's had 4-8 ratings. But what happened here? I mean, his form's been really good, and he comes up with a 4. I mean, he's only 20, so he's going to be inconsistent, but that is poor. Callum Wilson. His morale was bad, but now he's got in the team. He's getting regular sub appearances and he's scoring a few goals. So that's good for Callum Wilson. We did want to sign him from Bournemouth, so I do like Callum. It was good to get him in. So a 2-1 win against Spartak Moscow in the first of 3 games in today's episode of the Red Devils Rebuild. The next game is going to be Reading in a 3rd round of the Carabao Cup, so we will rest some players in the Cup. We'll play our fringe players because we don't want to play the first team in the Carabao Cup, basically. So we will see the likes of Romero in goal. Delo will play the young attacking players like Pereira, Chong. They'll all get a game. Mason Greenwood will start up. As you can see there, we've just beaten Burnley 2-0 away, but that doesn't tell the whole story. If you look at the overview, Burnley did not have a shot in the entire game. So that is awesome. Jesse Lingard and Paul Pogba with the goals. But this is the main thing. After 10 games, we're top of the league on 23 points, 1 point ahead of Tottenham, 2 points ahead of Manchester City and Liverpool, and 4 points ahead of Chelsea. We're down in 5th. But the really impressive thing there is we have only conceded 3 goals in 10 league matches so far. And obviously the one defeat was Chelsea, so there we go, 23 points out of 10 games. 1 point clear of Tottenham at the top of the league. Things are looking very rosy in the Manchester United garden right about now. Okay, so the team to face Reading in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup is Sergio Romero replaces David Gea in goal. Back for Ashley Young, Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof and Diego Delo. Midfield 2 of McTominay and Garner. We have Gomez, Mata and Chong just behind Mason Greenwood. On the bench will be De Gea, Smalling, Pereira, Wilson, Rashford, Wan-Bissaka on the bench. So let's get into this, see if we can pick up another win in the Carabao Cup away to Reading in the 4th round. This team should really be strong enough to beat Reading comfortably, I would say. Delo has got the ball wide, but it gets cut out, but the defender picks it up again. Wild battle back by Diego Delo, gets the cross in, looking for Mason Greenwood, can't quite find him clear by the defender Garner. Ashley Young now on the left. McTominay loses the ball but wins the free kick, and Kelly has been sent off for Reading, so Reading down to 10 men after less than 10 minutes. Matter with a free kick, looking for Greenwood over the top, but saved by the keeper. Here comes Gomez, and Greenwood out wide has it and loses it. But it's a throw into Manchester United after 20 minutes. Ashley Young, Greenwood, McTominay, Garner. Chong with the corner gets it in. Lindelof. But like basically 80 minutes with a man advantage. We should easily win this game now. Half time is 0-0. It's looking not too bad, apart from Chong. Ashley Young actually isn't having a great game, but the 4 games he's played this season, Ashley Young has been better than Luke Shaw. So although we have signed Kieran Tierney from Celtic at the moment, Ashley Young is potentially looking to be our best left back, which is unexpected, certainly. Greenwood closing down Young, wins it, Mata, McTominay, Gomez, Garner, Mata, Young, McTominay. United working into the box well, but they just can't get the final ball off. A lot of good passing, but no end product at the moment. Scott McTominay's in trouble with the referee, gets a warning there. But McTominay, Lindelof, Garner, McTominay, Young. Gomez has won a penalty. And Delo's taking a penalty. Oh, and he's skied it. Why was Delo even taking? I need to sort the penalty takers out because Diglo just launched it over the crossbar from the penalty spot. That was a terrible penalty. He shouldn't have been taking penalties in the first place. Chong off. Put Greenwood out wide. Wilson up front. Bring Pereira on for Juan Mata. Don't really want to bring Rashford on if I can help it. But obviously next up we've got the Champions League. So I want to save Rashford for the Champions League and the league really, but it is a free kick Lindelof taking. Wilson and it's in. Angel Gomez and the assist from Callum Wilson. So it's now we've finally got 1-0 up away to Reading. Callum Wilson with the assist, Gomez with the goal. Greenwood, McTominay, Garner, McTominay. Greenwood makes it 2. Mason Greenwood's first goal of the campaign makes it 2-0 at Reading, and now United are in cruise control. 2 youngsters with the goals. That's what we like to see. We'll give Chris Smalling a little run out because we don't want to bring on Rashford or Wan-Bissaka or David De Gea, so Chris Smalling's going to get 15 minutes at centre back. And we'll just take off whoever's the least, who's struggling the most at centre back. Lindelof, so we'll bring on Smalling for Lindelof at centre back for the last 15 minutes or so. Pereira, Wilson, Greenwood. There we go, 2-0 win at Reading. Again, another game we dominated. They only had 2 shots, none on target. Gomez, man of the match. Okay, so there we go. We have won the Manager of the Month for October 2018 in the Premier League. That is brilliant. Obviously, top of the league. Only conceded 3 goals. Wan-Bissaka wins the Young Player of the Month for October. Oh, nice. The draw for the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup has been made. And Manchester United will travel to the south coast, the seaside town of AFC Bournemouth, on the 19th of December. That's a big game for me as someone who follows Bournemouth very closely. That'll be an interesting one. Callum Wilson, of course, going back to his old club as well. But before that, the last game of today's episode is Wolves at home in the Premier League. So let's sort out the team for the Wolves game. So the team for Wolves is De Gea in goal, back four of Shaw, Melito, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Herrera and Pogba in midfield as usual. Anthony Martial, Juan Mata and Jesse Lingard are playing behind Marcus Rashford, who is up front. On the bench, Romero, Bailly, Delo, McTominay, Gomez, Greenwood and Callum Wilson. So that's the team for Wolves today at home in the Premier League, the third game of the video. Let's get into it. Can we make it 3 minutes at 3? Wan-Bissaka, Lingard, Mata, Herrera. Pogba giving away a foul there. Positive start of Pogba, Shaw on the left, Mata into Jesse Lingard, who makes it 1-0. United ripping through, and Juan Mata with the assist for Lingard there. Repaying his faith in giving him a start today. Mata, Pogba puts it wide. Rashford could have got to that, but couldn't quite to Pogba because it just passed. the right hand post, but Pogba again, Wan-Bissaka out wide with the ball, looking to cross, goes out for a corner. Marcus Rashford slowly coming over now to take this corner after nearly 29 minutes played, and that is easily cut out by the defender there, messing around on the edge of their own box. Lingard, Shaw, looking for Martial. Herrera picks it up, back to Herrera. Pogba, Lingard nearly in there again to make it 2. Wan-Bissaka, Lingard, he's having a good game, Jesse Lingard today. Another game where we dominate possession. Wolves have had 1 shot on target, we've only had 2 and scored 1. So we're taking our chances, mostly. Wan-Bissaka with a foul there, in a nothing position really. That was silly from our Wan-Bissaka. Given away by Mata on the edge of the box, and now there is a free kick to Wolves after 55 minutes. Free kick tonight, and David De Gea take it right on the edge of his penalty area. Herrera looking for Martial out wide, and Martial from that angle scores, makes it 2. What a ball from Ander Herrera to set up Martial to make it 2-0. Again, Wan-Bissaka seems to be struggling with fitness a little bit, as does Juan Mata. So we're going to get Gomez on for Mata, and the last change, who can come off? So I don't think Callum Wilson's really getting much game time, because Greenwood seems to be coming on a lot more than Wilson. So we're going to bring Wilson on for Rashford up front to give Callum Wilson 20 minutes. He scored in the last game, can he score again today? Corner then, Gomez take the corner on the right, cleared out for another corner, this time on the left, taken by Callum Wilson, swings it in, easily cleared by defence, poor corner from Callum Wilson. Pogba with a foul on Traore, right on the edge of the United's box. Harry Maguire is looking like he could get in a bit of trouble here. You just need to be careful, keep your heads. We're 2-0 up now. Last into injury time, 4 minutes played. Lingard, Delo, back to Lingard, Pogba. Oh, nearly 3. That was Jesse Lingard, nearly got his 2nd of the game. And United's 3rd. That was close for Lingard right at the end. All over Old Trafford, 2-0 winners. United deservedly win. Lingard, Martial with a goal. And the man of the match, there we go, Jesse Lingard with a 9 rating and a man of the match. Anthony Martial also comes in with a 9, so that was the Martial and Lingard show really there today at Old Trafford against Wolves. 2-0 winners. United are still a point clear at the top of the league after 11 games. 1 point clear of Tottenham. Chelsea up to 3rd on 22 points, 4 points off the top. Manchester City and Liverpool both on 21, both dropped down a place. And Everton up to 6 on 26 points off the top. So there we go, 11 games, 1-8, drawn 2 lost, 1 scored, 17. And we've still conceded 3 goals in 11 games. We're riding high at the moment in the Premier League. I did not think this Manchester United team at this stage would be good enough to be challenging in the top places with the likes of Tottenham and Chelsea and Manchester City and Liverpool. I thought we might be scrapping around 4th, 5th, 6th, that sort of place. But at the moment we're top of the league after 11 games. Very pleased at the moment with how the team is performing. We'll just go and look at some of our average ratings, see who's doing well. Their average ratings. I mean, Ashley Young has dropped down a bit to 7.8. Lindelof hasn't. How many games has Lindelof played? He's only played 5. He's got 1 assist, 7.4 rating for Lindelof. Paul Pogba 7.2, Rashford 7.2, Harry Maguire 7.1, young Mason Greenwood there 7.1 as well. Wan-Bissaka 7.6, David De Gea 7.3. Luke Shaw is not too far behind Ashley Young, who, how old is Ashley Young anyway? 33, so I mean, he's playing well, 7.8, but we can't play him at 33 every week at left back. Jesse Lingard 7.1 as well. There is a 5 in there for Lingard, that wasn't so good. How many goals has Jesse Lingard scored? So 6 goals and 1 assist in... Oh no, 6 goals, 6 and 12 for Jesse Lingard. No assist, sorry, that was a yellow card. That's good from Lingard, he's doing well. Delo, when he gets a chance, he plays well, 7.1 as well. So he's obviously the backup for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This young guy here, there was a 4 in there, but he's had 2 8s and 2 7s, averaging 7. I mean, he's only 20 years young, so we've got to give him time to bed into the team. He is playing every game alongside Harry Maguire, so it is a lot to ask of a young 20-year-old come in there and be the bedrock of our defence as centre-back. But he's doing alright. So the next episode of Red Devils Rebuild is going to be, we will do the Spartak Moscow away game in the Champions League and the home game against Tottenham in the Premier League. But then after that, look at the run of fixtures we've got there: Bayern Munich, Liverpool, and Manchester City. So that will probably be another 3-game video, to be honest. Bayern, Liverpool, and City. But before that, Spartak Moscow and Tottenham. So we've got some tough games coming up. This is really going to be where we see how well this team is playing. If you look at the results there, I mean, since the Chelsea game, we beat Bournemouth 2-0, beat Cardiff 4-1, beat Bayern Munich 1-0, won 1-0 away to Newcastle and 1-0 away to Watford. And then the only really blip in there is the 0-0 draw at home to West Ham, but beat Galatasaray and Brighton and Leicester 2-0, beat Spartak Moscow 2-1 at home in the Champions League, and then 2-0 away wins in the league. Sorry, 1 in the league against Burnley, 1 in the Carabao Cup with a completely changed team against Reading, and we beat Wolves 2-0 in the league. So we're doing well. We're doing a lot better than I thought we would be at this stage. So up next, of course, as I said, Spartak Moscow in the Champions League and Tottenham, which is the biggest test we've had in the league since the Chelsea game. So hopefully we can beat Spurs. Thank you for watching, guys. If you did like the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and we will catch you in the next episode of the Red Devils Rebuild.